Okay, so it seems like Wuthering Waves is already gearing up for the next version of the kind of, series over in Septimont, being version 2.5. Now, version 2.5 is going to be a very exciting one, as they're heavily teasing a lot of stuff to do with Frolova. Now, Frolova obviously is one of the characters kind of involved in the story at the moment. We haven't really seen too much of her, to be fair. Like, for the amount that she's involved in the main story, her kind of screen time has been pretty minimal. But I think in terms of the main story for version 2.5 and what we're going to see, I think it is going to be much more about her, which I think is going to be great. And we could even see her banner coming out, which I'm pretty sure is pretty much confirmed due to the drip marketing. So again, people are very excited to see what she can kind of bring to the game, and people are excited to see her being playable in the game, because this is the first kind of bad character that we've seen, being added. And I think that, it is very exciting. But obviously, there's been a lot of kind of discourse, especially surrounding some other stuff with the game, not necessarily related to Frolova's banner or anything, although it could, act as a catalyst as well, which is due to the male to female ratio kind of debate that constantly goes on over with Wuthering Waves. And this is one of the posts over at r/WuWa Husbandos saying, typical Kurobot comment on YouTube, every time people mention the word WuWa and the success of male banner and other getchers, you know who he is. Long out paragraph, no punctuation, as if he's angry, lol. And obviously this is a comment obviously from YouTube talking about, I think it's Brant that they're talking about in particular. And obviously this comment says, I mean, they did their best by Brant, one of the best kits, must pull for fusion teams, and well, he flopped. Just so you don't get the wrong idea, the other male which will come up looks really good from design, and now we'll see what his kit is. Now why I mention all of this about Brant, he is so unpopular that he drags Lupa's banner down, because Brant is kind of the only fusion support and linked to Lupa, and people don't want to pull for Brant. So this sounded a bit negative in my opinion. It gave some other reasons why Brant failed. His personality is pretty extroverted. I spelled extroverted wrong. I think you know what I mean. His banner run after Phoebe's and together with Chang-Li. So yeah, ain't that great. So obviously I'm guessing this guy is saying that Brant wasn't a great character, and that he kind of brings Lupa's banner down due to the fact that he is one of the few supports and few kind of synergizing characters that goes with Lupa on the banner at the moment. Now, I do think it is true. Obviously, I think that Brant does have a, obviously he does kind of bring down Lupa a little bit, but I don't think he brings down Lupa. I think it's more the fact that there is just less options. It's not Brant's fault, it's not the fault of, Brant like himself for even existing, that he's one of the few ones, because if he didn't exist, there wouldn't be very many at all. But I think there's also other ways to play Lupa. I mean, me personally, I've been running Lupa with Chang-Li and just like Shorekeeper, and it's been working fine. I've been getting like a pretty decent amount of damage. Maybe it's not the most optimal one, but it's been working pretty decently. And I think that, yeah, a lot of people do over exaggerate the needness for Brant. But obviously they say I swear every time there's a video about WuWa on YouTube talking about how male characters can bring a huge success, there's always this Kurobot comment talking in long paragraphs of barely comprehensible sentences. They say it's funny because Brant didn't even flop. The only flop in the entirety of WuWa catalog is Zhezhe, which I definitely do think is true. I think Brant did not flop at all in terms of a character. And I think lots of people have different definitions of flop, so I think that's why people do tend to get so heated about this and tend to kind of argue about this, because some people would see like a minor drop in revenue to be a flop, and some people would see just a massive drop in revenue to be a flop. So again, people have like different kind of, I guess, definitions to that, which obviously can cause a little bit of a disagreement. They say their logic, Lupa didn't do well because she has Brant's energy, so it's Brant's fault. Yeah, and again, I don't think it is fair to blame it on Brant. Obviously, yes, Lupa does rely pretty heavily on having a Brant, but it's not the be all and end all if you don't have him. Say, well, what's stopping them from using Chang-Li and Shorekeeper, which is what I use, obviously. They said they can't even admit a female character banner didn't do well, and said, and Rocha. The Rocha is even worse. Brant is always compared to Phoebe popularity level, but how about Rocha? No one ever mentions her. It says it doesn't go with the it doesn't go well with the agenda. They say Brant didn't get the meaningful story time nor purpose. He had one of the worst companion quests, even though most are trash already. He wasn't a must pull, and he was one of the hardest units to build, and basically requires his weapon. Yeah, and they placed him in the second half of a filler patch, yet he sold more than Rocha or Zhezhe. So Lupa has no excuse. She's literally coming out of one of the most hyped patches. She's flopping because people are tired of this same female fan service, which I don't think is true. People are not tired of that. I honestly think that, you know, in my opinion, Lupa hasn't done bad as a character. Yes, has she done, yes, has she not done amazingly? Of course. But obviously, I just want to go over to this post as well, of this person saying, I think people over-exaggerate a little bit about how Lupa is flopping or doing very badly. Obviously, this hasn't been too well accepted in this community, but oh well. They essentially say, like here, for Chacona, she made 185 million. For Cantarella, she made 235 million. Phoebe, again, they didn't actually include what she made there, but again, it was pretty low. They said Brant made 161 million, and then Zani made 429 million, which is pretty insane. And then projected, Lupa is going to make 230 million. So that's already better than Chacona. That's already up there with Cantarella. That's better than Brant. And I'm pretty sure that is better than Phoebe. So honestly, if you're going to say this is a flop, I do think you're a little bit kind of wrong there. I don't think, you know, the banner was a flop at all. Now, was it one of the like highest selling banners of all time? No, it wasn't. Obviously, you know, Zani is pretty insane in terms of the 429 million there. I mean, that's crazy. So many people wanted her. And I'm kind of surprised that Cantarella didn't get even more kind of sales on her banner. But yeah, you know, it's projected that Lupa is going to be somewhere around the same amount of sales as Cantarella. And I think that is honestly, you know, a good thing. I don't think that is a bad thing. I don't think that is a flop. I don't think that is, you know, something that has gone wrong. I think that is actually something that has, you know, gone right. And I think, you know, I don't know why people are complaining about it so much, and people are saying that Lupa like didn't sell or something, because it's clear that she did sell pretty well. As I said, it's just not, you know, record-breaking numbers, but it doesn't have to be every single, you know, update or every single patch. I think people kind of expect it to be for no reason at all. They say, so here are some numbers using JP iOS sales and WuWa Tracker for poor percentages, because we know from previously that there's a rough accurately reflected to sales thanks to Gion and Yinling calcs. Yeah, so this is obviously based on Japanese kind of sales. So again, obviously it will reflect the kind of you know, similar revenue like across different kind of regions and things like that. They say, I said before that Lupa is doing perfectly fine. We're just going back to low numbers after the highs, and the image also shows this. She's not doing badly by any means. She's doing so she's doing like the other characters before 2.3 did. I said, but Lupa could have done way better, and this image shows us a lot of interesting scenarios how you can do that. Phoebe sold well when needed for Zani. Chacona didn't sell well when needed for cartethyia. You know, Lupa could have had higher numbers, which again, yeah, I definitely do think is true. And obviously people saying, who has Bando Wanters after reading that last paragraph? Like, why did you drop Changli and not, why did you drop Brant and not Changli? Said ultimately Lupa is doing fine, same numbers as Phoebe. What they needed is Galbrina to have synergy to make a Changli, Lupa, Galbrina fusion team and drop Lupa on her banner as a rerun. Then she would make up numbers like Phoebe did on Zani's banner, which again I think definitely could be true. And yeah, as you can see, Phoebe actually made 126 million there, which definitely is quite a lot for a rerun banner. So yeah, I mean, that was pretty much the entire conversation there. I just kind of wanted to cover this because they both kind of link in with each other. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this. Again, I'm very interested in what you guys think about this entire debate, as this one that goes on for, you know, on WuWa for quite a while. And it's been something that's been a very prevalent conversation that's happened in the Wuthering Waves community recently. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Also, go to Kim Subs, use my code Kaza, get 10% off again. They got a ton of really cool stuff over there. I definitely recommend checking out. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. That's all. See ya.